Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. I low-key got a dual disc. I might whip it out for the one time. It's the young 20th anniversary Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual disc. I didn't even know Yu-Gi-Oh! Was 20 years old till I found out at the young Frankensons. With that being said, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Rant Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you for allowing me into your visual pleasure and doing everything to please your senses.
He's in the goddamn wall!
If you want to support Rant Wednesday, go to bootyhustlers.com, buy some merchandise, and or you need some car parts for your car, try speedperformanceusa.com. We got everything. That's right, we got a shop. We've been hustling, baby. We've been hustling. And as you can see, somebody's like, why do you hold the microphone like this? First of all, Jimmy, we've been doing this for a while, so before all these little people had these microphones, you can look back, check the timestamp. We was doing this. We was doing the interviews. I ain't gonna say I was the first person doing interviews. I'm gonna shout out Big C from, my goddamn Street Fury. He was doing interviews, so shout out to him. That's one of my heroes.
It's going down in Japan on this week's Street Fury.
People, I just got back from Japan, right? It was a beautiful place, lavish country, lavish things to do. I did everything that I could possibly dream and my heart desires. But there's one thing that displeased me the most. There's an epidemic going around the world. I thought it was just California, but it seems to be nationwide, international. The freaking Edgar Cut. That's right. When I was in Japan, I saw a Japanese person with an Edgar. I wanted to pull a little bro to the side and be like, this ain't it. And before you guys say, well, maybe that's just how they grow their hair. I know a goddamn Edgar Cut when I see it. He had the fade with the taper and he had the bowl cut. And I knew, and it wasn't that, that young bowl cut where they put the bowl and just line you up. No, it had a little style to it. And I wanted to be like, cut it out. Cut that shit out right now. You don't know what responsibilities come with this haircut. And for people that don't know, Edgars are like Toads from Super Mario, except they just got hair. Imagine Toad from Super Mario's cut, but hair. And it's not a bad look. It just comes with stigmatism. Usually Edgars roll around in their dad's truck, aka the Mama Lona, or they roll around in their mama's goddamn Altima with 3 hubcaps missing, 1 good hubcap. And they got 1 good tinted window because their baby daddy came and broke it trying to get the kids out from the house because she got caught with goddamn Pancho Sancho. That's another story. But Edgars, you can usually catch them in a pack. It's usually 5 or more. And they all stand like this. And they all and they all just talk the same. They look the same. But one thing I can say about the Edgars, they not musty. They not musty. I remember back in my day, I hung out with the ska kids, the punk rock kids, the metal kids, the hardcore kids, and all 4 of those factions are different, but all 4 of them have the same thing in common. They be musty and dirty as hell. I ain't never really seen a dirty Edgar, but I kind of wish they was dirty. I wish they were the kids I grew up with in high school. But one thing I know is them boys was musty. High top Reebok wearing skinny jeans that they had to make. Back then you couldn't get skinny jeans. You had to make them shits. And them shits was impressive because them boys would be in there sewing and they'd be on their shit. I never met a group of people that sew, pack you out at the same time, play with your girls' phone box, and then also tell you about how Megadeth has the best album legacy ever. But I'm not here to talk about those kids. I'm here to talk about the Edgars. Edgars, you gotta stop, because every time I'm at a car meet, y'all have the audacity to come up to me and be like, man, I got a Skyline too, my N-word, and I'm like, huh? It's not even, it's a bunch of parallels that throw me off. I'm like, you got a Skyline, you just call me a nigga, and you're not black. I don't have any problems with people who aren't black saying the N-word, but Edgars seem to use that shit too much. They abuse the shit out the N-word. Like me and my homies say the N-word, but we don't say it on the level they say it. They be using it way too much. Just chill out.
You too many times, 80 or 90 times, that's too many times. Once or twice is cool, but 80 or 90 times, man?
You don't have to be like Tekashi 6ix9ine, Fat Joe. You know one person I like who says it? Mexican OT. He says it smooth. He let that shit come out. Like when Edgars come up to me, they put emphasis on that end, and I'm like, bro, chill out. And then the second part that be bugging me, they be coming up to me like, I got a Skyline too. And I'm like, oh yeah, really? Let me see. If one more Edgar come up to me with a G35 with 350 GT Skyline badges on her, I might just have to body slam them. I might just have to commit a felony. You know what? I'm not even going to touch them. I'm going to let them live. I'm gonna let them live. Because one thing they won't let you into Japan is if you got a felony or if you try to travel internationally, that can hold you up. I don't need those kind of problems. They don't need those kind of problems. I'm gonna let them live and I'm gonna let them live. But I'm gonna talk all this shit. I'm gonna let you know from the top of your dome down to the bottom of your white Air Force Ones or your Pandas you wear, because every Edgar got Pandas, Air Force Ones, or some type of Jordan 4, or those are the high-class Edgars. If you get the low-tier Edgars, you get the Edgars that say, I got Jordans 2 full, and it be some team Jordans. They don't even be mids. They don't even be mid. They be the Jordans like, where you even get the 6 rings? They usually got 6 rings on. And if anybody don't know what 6 rings is, it's a fusion shoe that combined a bunch of Jordans together to make it look like one Jordan, and you're like, what the fuck are these? But I'm not discriminating about people who buy 6 rings. I'm not discriminating against Edgars. All I'm saying is get y'all shit together. Because if you gonna come to me and try to have an intellectual conversation, mind you, I'm just a dude that likes Transformers, Power Rangers, and goddamn Bakugans. And I love Zoids. I love Zoids too. So if anybody out there want to get me something, get me a Zoid. I don't have any of my Liger Zero or whatever. Ooh, they got this one that looked like a wolf and one that looked like an elephant. I'm getting sidetracked. But the point is, you Edgars gotta freaking stop. Because I see you going everywhere. Y'all be the ones at the local car meets revving, and y'all always gotta, it's always the VQ and the V6, and they try to convince you all the time, hey fool, I just beat a scat. In what? My V6 Camaro. How? They be like, oh bro, it's full bolt-ons. At best, you make 400 horsepower. At best, you make 400 horsepower, my boy. Dude, you are pressing me. I'm not disrespecting y'all. I love hearing about your cars, but when you start wasting my time about what you beat, and I know you didn't beat it, and you try to come to me like you're going to step up to me, first of all, I don't street race. Second of all, I'm a sore loser. Third of all, I suck at racing. So you talking to the wrong person. They'd be like, hey, fool, my car's faster than your Skyline. I was like, yeah, it is. And that's how you just shut them down. If you're ever getting shit talked to, this is how I learned in high school very quickly. They'd be like, Gary beats his meat. And I'm like, yep. And they're like, damn. And they just leave me alone. And you diffuse the situation with the truth. Because if you do a little bit too much, and you're like, no, I don't. Like, yeah, nigga, yeah, you beat your meat. I caught you looking at the Jet Beauty of the Week. Who doesn't look at the Jet Beauty of the Week when they're a young man? Hey, that's just a hormone. But don't be the one to fall for this custer ass shit. And all you Edgars out there, I just ask you one thing. Just get my order right. I notice a lot of Edgars working in fast food, and they always hook it up with the sauce. That's one thing I commend them. I was at a McDonald's. I got the young 20-piece nugget, and I was like, hey, can I get some more ranches? Dude was like, bet. He grabbed a handful of ranches. He just looked around, put it in my bag. Thank you. Y'all be holding down the fast food industry like no other, and y'all be doing with maximum efficiency. Y'all be looking goofy. Don't want to mess up the cut. My sucker had the McDonald's hat on over the thing, looking like a little halo McDonald's. And I know the shift leader in your ass too. I know he in your ass. But other than that, people, thank you for your time. I hope you have a blessed day. And next week, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to just hit record and whatever comes to my mind like usual. But we're going to keep this up. More trips from Japan I got coming up as well. Some new shit. And everybody wondering, Japan did inspire me. Japan did inspire me. So I'm going through the whole fleet right now. Just a little secret context if you stayed this long. Redoing the 33, redoing the 34. We're going to get this 32 up running. I got me a nice little JDM engine while I was in Japan. Shout out to my boy George from Sac City. We about to do some shit. All I'm going to say is excellent is a standard. It ain't just normalized. Make sure you get your game up. Get your money up, not your funny up. Stay black. See y'all next week. Ooh, my girlfriend.